So this is AST 204, week 2. We're still in week 1 material as an introduction. And we're moving on to other ways where we can save energy. So air leakage, which is also called infiltration. So this is the house coming, this is the air coming inside the house from the outside. There's also something called exfiltration. Same thing, basically air exchange between the outside and inside. So in the winter time, what temperature is the air outside? 30, 10, 0. What temperature is inside? 70, 65. So when you lose and exchange air, even with no pressure, you are going to lose temperature. Can we eliminate that 100%?
No.
Well, theoretically you can.
You can.
Plastic the entire house and make it into like a sealed pod, but it's almost impossible. You can get maybe to 99. But even if you can, would you?
No,
No. Why?
because you need that.
You need the house to breathe.
Yeah.
And sometimes actually, you do the calculation and you find that house maybe is not breathing properly. If it was up to me from an efficiency point of view, I would like to eliminate at least to 80% and have mechanical ventilation. And people go to the extreme. They never open a window in the entire house in the winter. What happens then? They don't think that we need to breathe oxygen. You need to breathe oxygen. The house is not breathing. It's going to be low quality air. People get a lot of migraines and feel sleepy and feel tired in the winter because they're not opening windows. They're afraid of losing heat. You need to open a window. You need to have an air exchange. And we'll talk about that. What is the minimum requirement for air exchange to have healthy environment inside the house? So as a right off the bat, I'll tell you it's about 15 CFM per person. That's cubic feet per meter, per minute. So for each person, you need 15 CFM.
For
Four people?
what?
Huh?
For whole night or?
The entire time, 24/7.
That's like recycling the
Yeah.
air.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's important. Otherwise, the house will have low air quality. You'll have more carbon dioxide than oxygen. And after a while, you start feeling headache and dizzy and weird. And you understand why I think it's the winter blues, but it's usually maybe it's just the low quality air. The air needs to be refreshed all the time. And there are good ventilators that actually absorb the heat, so you don't lose a lot of heat. So there are, you can invest in a good ventilator where they do air exchange, but also it absorbs the heat from the air coming out, so you lose a lot of heat. So you need some ventilation. I don't know who did that math, but it takes a person in a 3 by 10 by 6 box. If you sit in that box and try to breathe over and over, it takes you at least like 2 days to die out of suffocation. I don't know, I looked it up, I just want to know. Because the air is 20% oxygen, right? What is 80% of the air?
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen. So 80% nitrogen, 20% oxygen. And every time you breathe, you are taking some of that oxygen, not all of it. You're taking 2% every time, depending on how active you are, how slow your metabolism is. If you're running, probably your body's absorbing more oxygen. So you're gonna keep consuming that oxygen. So if you conserve your energy and sit in that box, which is I think 4 feet by 6 by 10, whatever, I mean, a small box, little box, eventually it'll take 3 days for you to run out of oxygen and suffocate. But the idea is you're actually using oxygen and you're consuming some of that and producing CO2. Another thing that's really interesting, if you have plants at home, I think that will help you with the oxygen.
Oh, yeah. It will.
Huh?
It will, and they improve mood.
What about at night? So plants photosynthesize during the day. What do they do at night?
Sleep.
No, they're just like you. They're gonna breathe oxygen, buddy. So don't sleep in a room full of plants.
Really?
Yeah, that's not a good idea because they are absorbing all your oxygen. There's no light. During the day, they will synthesize and turn all the CO2 into oxygen, but during the night, they are breathing oxygen just like you. So, yeah.
Wait, so you're saying if you're like in a room full of like plants and stuff like that at night, it's not like.
You're gonna run. You're not gonna die one day, you know, but it's gonna be lower oxygen. So it's a misconception that plants.
Like in worst case scenario, if you were to stay in a room full of plants for multiple days.
I would have to do the calculation.
No, you know.
But if you have an oxygen sensor there, probably you see the oxygen goes down.
Yeah.
It will be a fun experiment. Okay. We'll give you an idea. Hot water storage, is it needed? Do we need to store water or not?
We don't have to
Depends.
anymore.
It depends. It depends on the situation. A lot of bathrooms you can have small, on-demand heater next to the faucet, and deal with it. And that's it. And the shower they have also on-demand heater by shower. And even if those are done by electricity, they're not that costly to be honest. They're more efficient. I mean they have them all over Europe, and they also have on-demand gas heaters for like bigger projects. So it's better. But depending also on your how much flow you need. Equipment maintenance. How often should you maintain your AC or oil burner? They tell you every year. Is that number just bogus or they?
Depends on how much you burn.
And average depends on how much you burn, but oil burner has to be maintained every year. They will run for 5 years of maintenance, in extreme case, but the efficiency keeps going down with time. Why? Because soot accumulates every time you puff, go on and off. There's some kind of soot. Just a little bit, it accumulates. And is soot a good insulator or conductor?
In
Yeah.
insulator?
What is soot made of?
Carbon.
I said the carbon-based material. Good insulators. Yeah. So carbon is insulator. Coal is a good insulator too.
Yeah.
Kind of funny, huh?
Yeah.
It's very good. That's why people can walk in coal. Okay, this is coal. Man, equipment maintenance is important. ACs also get lower efficiency as they go without maintenance. Excessive heat gain in cooling system, sun, equipment, location. So heat gain in cooling system, if you have excessive heat gain. So, which side of the house the sun will always shine on? Winter or summer? South. In the
Yeah,
south,
south.
if you're in the north hemisphere, not Australia, okay, northern hemisphere, the sun will always be in the south. So you have to be careful where you put the windows. It's gonna always be sunny, but it's always gonna give you a lot of heat. So south and west are usually where you want to put the windows, but also you want to have good insulation when it's too much sun. Some houses actually use that to their advantages to heat the house just during the sun, even in the winter. Sun rays are very full of heat. Appliances and lighting, LED versus other. There's a lot of new efficient equipment now. Dishwashers, washer and dryers, they have very efficient equipment now with smaller motors that will save you a lot of money. And also, most of the new washers and dishwashers, they have their own heating element. So you do not need to supply hot water all the way from the storage tank to your equipment, which saves you a lot of money and saves you a lot of energy, a lot of plumbing. So they're becoming more and more efficient. So our behavior, is it realistic to have all these changes? Yeah, little by little you can do it. Again, nobody wants to change their lifestyle abruptly, but you can do those smaller changes. The next time you buy new appliance, you can look for something more efficient and why. And also, our needs. You can, with some kind of good scheduling and good organization, you can manage. And we talk about how having a big fridge sometimes is not a good idea. A lot of people actually, I've seen some of my friends and they have a big, huge fridge with only ketchup in it. Like, I'm thinking, they're off this, unplugging this fridge, you know, ketchup packets. So, we said that the fridge is costing around $700 a year. That's a lot of money. You just don't notice it because you just assume you have to. You don't have to. Get a small fridge for your ketchup. Don't eat ketchup. It's not even good for you. So, think about that. So, what is the home energy consumption? We consume energy for hot water. We consume energy for heating and cooling. Why do industrial countries consume more energy? Well, there's a lot of more energy more population density. That's one thing. And also, at some point, we used a lot of appliances. A lot of appliances, some of them we don't even need. So, look at the kitchen. There's a bread maker, and there's this and that, and that, and a lot of appliances. And some of them you can't really.
How does this work for some countries that don't have like sophisticated infrastructure, China, Cuba?
Actually, sometimes it's even better because they can start from scratch with something really reliable. You know how inefficient our grid is here? And some of the newer countries who are starting from scratch, they have better grids than us because sometimes buying new things is better than fixing the whole thing. So now we're trying to fix our grid because we really invested in it. But in some countries, they can start new with new infrastructure. And again, some countries are not from the Middle East and Africa, they're starting with new technology now. So, which is really, really good. Even with cell phones. I don't know if any guys from Europe, cell phones are like way much better than Europe. They have better network because they started new. Meanwhile, we started 20 years earlier, we stuck with old infrastructures. Also, some states, actually, they are investing money into having better grids. Have you ever heard of the smart grid? Yeah, smart grid is in Maine, Texas, and Oregon, and Washington State. Yeah. So smart grid is basically, it's a better way to know about power outages. Your house will have a small screen, and will tell you what is the power cost at this time. And smart grid will also tell the company when are you using your equipment, and how much you're using, so they can let you know. Hey, by the way, Eric, if you do your laundry at night, you'll save $10 a month. So they'll tell you about the pricing and where's the pinpoint in the grid where things out, where is the outage, and how much power you're consuming and why. Vermont actually is heading toward that way. There are a few apartment complexes, buildings in Vermont where they actually have very smart appliances. And they can tell, say the super will come look at the apartments. This apartment is using more than it's supposed to. What's happening? What's going on? So they can go and look at it and they find the window is leaking. Something is not right, the insulation fell off. So it really helped them to save. I think for their investment, I think they sit around like $300,000 a year in total, just by installing that system and monitoring everything. And they have sensors everywhere. Sensors on the windows, sensors on the ACs. So more information can help, but also can be intrusive. Like the Nest thermostat,
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty good, but some people I think about it, oh, it's too intrusive. I don't know, but do we have? We're fighting a losing battle.
Yeah.
We're fighting a losing battle. Who was telling me? I don't know what. Him and his friend was talking about some kind of equipment, and he went to Amazon, and the first thing he said, it came up. He freaked out, of course. Yeah, it's like, oh, they're listening to me. About something very, very random, some kind of equipment they were talking about, and it just came up in Amazon. Okay, this is really great. So what is the current source of energy? We said coal is the most dominant in every country. Gas is very common here in New England, wherever it's possible. Some states are doing nuclear, some states are doing bio, it also depends. But currently, for most countries, coal is the most dominant, gas is coming second, and there's a lot of fossil fuel that are fuel oil and so on.
When you say fossil fuel, isn't that like gas and oil as well?
Fossil fuel is coal, gas, and oil. It's all fossil fuel.
It all comes from the ground, right?
Yeah, it's fossilized. It's like from organic material that's from hundreds of thousands of years
The
ago.
gas and oil, it's never gonna go away, right? Coal, I mean, it's always, it comes from this organic right from the ground, right?
No, gas and oil is fermented for millions of years. But if you think of oil, like peanut oil, this you can make. Yeah, you can make oil out of algae, you can make oil out of plants, that you can do, that's a new one.
But coal and gas, that's never gonna go away, right?
Coal is going away, it's gonna finish at some point. It's finite, it's a limited amount of it. It's a lot, but there is a lot of it.
Just taking a long time.
Yeah, and you're gonna keep discovering some more, but eventually they will not, because it takes time to make. And with the
Well,
rate.
if the world's been around for a million years, I mean, it's like, we have like a limited supply of coal then, right?
Yeah, it's limited. It's not unlimited, but the rate we are using it, it's more than it's been before. And we used a lot of it. According to a lot of geological surveys, it's going away. We have reached peak oil. So even if the theory that oil is renewable and it's coming up from, I think with the rate we're using it, it's not sustainable. If we have an ocean, it would have been gone by now. So it is kind of a continuing process, but it takes millions of years. And the last 100 years we used too much, as whatever is there. And they try to survey more and more. The point being is like it's not going to be shut off right away. You're going to find it more difficult to find easy oil. So the time of finding easy oil is gone. There's no more easy oil. Now you have to go through loops and pools to find oil. You have to pump salt water and go sideways and go excavate here and there. It's not as easy as it used to. It used to be a time when the gas, when the oil would cost like $1 a barrel to excavate. Now this is
You used to be able to find it in backyards.
it used to come by itself. That's how they find it. It's like a gush out of the ground. In Canada now, tar oil, tar sand, it costs around $100 a barrel to get. So
Because it has to go through the pipeline.
no, it has to be. It's embedded in the sand, so you have to heat it with steam to get it out. So again, the point being, easy oil is gone. There are now more and more expensive oil. It's gonna be there, but it's gonna slow down. As it slows down, we will try to find other things. There are some scientists actually who can make oil out of algae, out of organic matter. But as we said before, like we can run cars on peanut oil and alcohol. We can make some stuff that's substituted. But it's not going to be as cheap. What is renewable energy? It's something that you can always produce easily within timely manner. 4 types of renewable energies: geothermal, solar, wind, hydro, biofuel. Yeah. What are some of the energy wastes in residential heating or cooling? Huh? Say again? So, what are we wasting? There's a lot of wasting in cycle. Too much on and off. Too much on and off. That could be an issue. I'm gonna step it back. So, too much on and off. A lot of waste. The boiler is way too far from the where you need it. So there's a lot of waste. Also, inefficient equipment. It's also a type of waste. Also, running equipment when we don't need it. Like you can save a lot of energy by setting your thermostat at 68 instead of like 85. So optimizing that can make a big difference over time. Again, heat that are wasted through the windows and the roof, that's complete waste. There is no need for that. Okay, so this is what I have for week 1 as an introduction. And I want to start the week 2, which is energy. We'll talk about energy. How do you guys feel? You have it in you, or should we adjourn today? Okay, we'll stop the video and we'll discuss.